Hey guys, in today's coaching video, we're going to look at Dyna, who is playing Absol jungle. He said he really wants to learn Absol, so I thought, maybe we can give some tips in the beginning to make it a bit easier as well. And I think Absol is one of the hardest characters to learn well, right? So might be also useful for a lot of people if they want to pick up Absol. So yeah, we always faint over this wall, sucking the leap up. Nothing too crazy yet. Gonna wait for the blue buff to spawn, but we all can see something like that's. Right here, in this scenario, you have like 5 seconds. You just build up a boosted auto attack. The boosted auto attack of Absol actually lowers defense stats. So if you just stand still, you can auto attack, right? So we press B twice, get our boosted auto attack ready, and we can instantly start at 45 and then slash and feint it instantly. Just clear it much faster. So right now we just like we don't lose much damage, but we do lose. I mean, we do lose a good amount of damage. We lose like one boosted auto attack we could have instantly had, and some lower defense stats. Here as well again, we first should do 2 auto attacks for the boost auto attack, and then we can double slash, and we can slash and feint it. Again, it will just make you clear a tiny bit faster. Absol is very fast clear, so you're going to be very fast in jungle. And there's something already noticing. Even if you just walk into the jungle, we should pan our camera already ready. As a jungler, it's very important to pan your camera to locations where you want to gank, because then you can see like lane state, and you could even level 4 gank. Absol is a character who can be on level 4, can already look for a gank as well after clearing 1 corpfish maybe. Like right here, if you see, we see them overextended, right? If they want to go for this Audino as well, we should be down here. Like we should be ganking this bot lane if we see them looking for this Audino. So pan camera towards here and see what's happening. Same for up here, we could also just like be straight, ignore this corpfish, look for gank instantly. If we see them backing off, we can always pick up the corpfish. It's not too big of a deal. But first, if you see them overextending, should for sure punish it first. Right here, yeah, we can stay in this brush wait a bit. We don't know where their jungler is going to be. High chance he's bot lane, but people always have very different pathing, right? Like if he passes, like this is his blue buff, right? Like this is like the normal pathing, so he could walk towards bot lane. But some junglers also do like something like this, right? So he could be top lane as well. But the highest chance is that the enemy is currently bot lane, because that's how his buff spawned, right? So like his normal rotation would be like this. If nothing has happened as well, like we could be at 9 minutes, we could be right here. Like Absol is very good at counter ganking, right? You want to abuse that you're the strongest level 5 character in the game. So we could just be in the middle of the lane and look for the speed berry that spawns at 9 minutes, and then wait for the jungler to maybe appear. We still have 10 seconds until B spawns, and we can still decide where we want to go very fast and very quick. Now we decided just to stay top lane, which is also fine, but yeah. The top lane is quite weak as well. Like we don't have kill potential here, right? On bot lane we have a 9-tails, so it might be better to even gank bot lane. With the 9-tails you might be able to get a kill, compared to with a Serena Greninja could be quite difficult. But yeah, Absol has a lot of damage, so we go in already, and actually we get a kill very fast. That's the early game of Absol. Nice slash as well, get a kill. Maybe we have attack rate on. I'm actually not sure what hit items we have. Maybe people should also mention that in their emails that they write to me what hit items they have, but that's okay. I assume probably gonna be attack rate. Right now we just reset, go back to the jungle, clear it again. Yes, that's correct. And yeah, the gank worked out. I mean, again, Absol is very strong in the first B fight as well. But I think I still saw a mistake there. Like we still want to night slash in, basic attack, then slash afterwards to proc another Razor Claw, and then we night slash, hopefully they're under half HP, so our second night slash crits 100%, right? So we can also proc like 2 or 3. In these early game fights, you want to proc as many Razor Claws as you can, right? Razor Claws like a 2-second cooldown, or one, like it's not too much, so you can actually kind of wait it out. So you can night slash, auto attack, wait a bit, do the other slash, and then start going in again. So at least get like 2 or 3 Razor Claw procs out in an early game fight. Now we level 7. There's a corpfish up right here. We saw the Greninja just there flashing on the mini map for a second, and right here I already would not engage this fight anymore. Like this fight, I don't think it's gonna be stuck in a smoke screen as well. Full heal. Also, I don't like the full heal is fine, but I think I prefer eject button still. So after this night slash, there's no chance we can kill this guy. Main reason is he's full HP. Our second night slash has a much lower chance of critting. So it's a big gamble, right? He's not under half HP. So if our first night slash misses, we already don't want to. We kind of want to abort the fight right here, and we should just night slash towards the barrier here, and probably maybe even gank top lane. Like top lane is a good spot right now to gank. They're pretty far out. But yeah, we do not want to fight this whatsoever. If we don't crit him there in the night slash on the second one, we already have no chance. And I think we even crit him and we also have no chance. Stuck in the smoke screen, we have no vision on him. So yeah. Don't take fights when your first night slash doesn't really hit the target you want to hit. Especially if he's full HP in the same level, you just don't have a chance of winning the fight, right? Now we should wait for our buffs to respawn. We can run bot here or wait for our buffs to respawn. Both are fine plays. Promise we run to bot lane and we don't get anything. It might be a hard time on getting you know, the Dread are getting level 9 for it. Night Slash in for the Sucker Punch. That's totally fine here. Another Night Slash, double Night Slash, Sucker Punch. That was nice played. It was well played. So, in the end, we made the right decision. This is like the safe option, right? But this is an option that can have more potential. Let's put it like that. Enemies were overextended. And I think it was totally fine. I think let's see if we could play it a bit differently, maybe. Like, we know the B spawn, right, at 720, so maybe we could just Night Slashed first, and then Night Slash, and then Sucker Punch something. But yeah, that's totally fine as well. Again, honestly, engaging a Sucker Punch is not optimal, right? But as long as they're not in range, I mean, you have to kind of Sucker Punch, right? If you don't Sucker Punch, then you're not going to reach anyways. So if someone's very far away and there's low on HP, you can always Sucker Punch, even without, you know, proccing the counter effect. Right now we stay bot lane. We should just start Dread here. Like in this scenario, I would always go draw Dread instantly. Like we get level 9 passively, right? We will get this line 100%. So as soon as on 7 minutes after we getting this double kill, we should be instantly doing Dread. Instantly. Should be our first priority right here. Absol is very good at killing it. This right here is what I really don't like. This Sucker Punch I really dislike. Not a good Sucker Punch. We want to Night Slash first, and then maybe Sucker Punch something else. We do end up getting a kill. But now we're super, super deep, and this could cost us Dread potentially. Now we get Greninja United. We've already done Dread as well. Like the enemy Greninja was super far away, right? After getting a double kill there. Like if we just do Dread here, it's totally fine. But right, this Sucker Punch engage is not good. This we never want to do this. Never. We Night Slash first. Look for maybe a Sucker Punch to dodge some damage, and then we can Night Slash, Unite move, and look for more kills. Also, our main target is the Greninja, and we don't see him right now, so we kind of don't want to engage if we don't see the enemy jungler. Because if we engage and mess it up, the enemy jungler is just going to clean up our entire team, and us as well. Which, I mean, kind of happens in this scenario, so yeah. We go way, way too deep here, and this can just kind of be game deciding at some point. When we die to the Greninja, we give him a lot of experience. And now we're not a Dread, right? No, they can maybe get it. They get 9 hits too. So, yeah. That's probably the biggest misplay there. And now then me, again, cleaned us up. As I cleans everyone up, gets 3 kills. They probably get Dread as well. Yeah, we just do buffs here again. Now we farm our next Unite move up. Yes, well, this is a minor thing. But to clear the buffs very fast, you just Sucker Punch this damage right here. Before it shoots you, you just Sucker Punch it, and then you can Night Slash to the next thing. Just for faster clear. Because then it would already be dead by now. Same for the red buff. We Night Slash it, we walk here, and we Sucker Punch it. Like, we can Sucker Punch the, you know, the knockback. We take damage, we activate our Sucker Punch, and we clear stuff much, much faster. Can look for bottom fight here. Again, we shouldn't do this. We really shouldn't do this. The Sucker Punch right there is just not the right choice to do. We don't have to do it either. Like, Sucker Punch is so important, right? Like, if you don't get attacked during it, it doesn't do anything. That's the problem. It's a counter attack. You have to see it as a counter attack, right? It's a gap closer, but it's also a counter attack. And if it only stun if you get counter attacked. So right now, if you do it right here, we luckily do actually get auto attacked by the Greninja. But if he doesn't auto attack us there because he's just running away, it would be pretty bad. So right here, we just want to kind of Night Slash and then keep our Sucker Punch for other things. To dodge something or, yeah. But again, as soon as Blissey Unite moves, we just abandon this. We should just abandon this. We shouldn't fight anymore. I know Blissey's chasing you, but in the end, he's level 8, you're level 10. Then we still behind them. They're going to break the goal. It just doesn't really... We shouldn't really go for this kill whatsoever. Blissey's also a very tanky character. You never know if the Pokemon says focus band up or not, because it's impossible to see if it's up or not. So just very, very greedy. In the end, it's not going to matter too much, but it's just, you know, tiny things that... Just give up a goal. And again, killing a Pokemon that's 3 levels under you or 2 levels under you is not worth it. Again, Blissey is very tanky as well. Shouldn't underestimate how tanky Blissey is. We don't know about focus band. And Absol really has to... Absol is the glass cannon, right? If you don't get the kill, you're pretty much dead. So you do want to get the kill. And as fast as possible. Alright, now we just wait for our next Unite move up. This time we Night Slash in. That was 1v3 kill anyways. This is as well again. No, this is a complete wrong usage of Sucker Punch. Completely wrong. Completely wrong. We don't proc it at all. It's not gonna stun. Like, again, this right here doesn't stun. You can see it, right? It's not gonna stun. We Sucker Punch. Nothing happens. It does 500 damage to this person. It didn't even crit him. Sucker Punch also does more damage when it gets activated. So we just did 500 damage to Greninja. And it doesn't stun. So, like, we could have just wait for auto attacks, and when he starts running away, we can Sucker Punch him, right? They have 3 of your teammates anyways. Don't have to engage with that. Can just wait until he walks in. Can wait for your Night Slash cooldown. and then we can start going for the kill. Rotom spots in 10 seconds. We can just take our buffs very fast. Again, Rotom is not really that important. This is where the Sucker Punch as well again. Just do Night Slash, Sucker Punch, Night Slash instead. I think it's a difficult habit to get rid of. Here as well again, same scenario. We would just clear things much faster if we start with the Night Slash and then Sucker Punch to block and then another Sucker Punch. Would be still much faster. Of course, on the Corphish it doesn't really matter much, you just want to walk across the map faster, but yeah. You can push with the Rotom, but yeah, you can recoil for the Dreadnought here. And walk towards bot side. Once in 2 seconds. Also, this is something I noticed, like, you don't move your camera enough as well. And honestly, this looks way too slow. You can actually make your camera move faster. Because I think that's maybe the issue right here. Look, your camera takes so long to move, and that's why you don't use your camera a lot. It just takes way too long to move, and you just should have speed it up. Give me Sucker Punch in. I think that's fine. We didn't have Night Slash up. And we actually get Dread with the Unite move. That was nicely played. Nice Night Slash as well, Sucker Punch. In these team fights, we just kind of just press Sucker Punch whenever. If you have 5 enemies, we just press Sucker Punch and hope that it does something. Hope that it hits multiple targets. And yeah, that was a good play. The Sucker Punch was right just to get distance towards the Dread, to hope we're getting a chance of getting it with the Unite move, so that was a good play. Now we have 2 minutes left. We should just farm. Our goal is now getting 14 or 15. Our buffs are respawning. But yeah, I think 14 is pretty much good to go here as well. But we can take our buffs again. Yeah, this time we do, okay. This time we do the Night Slash first. But you can see how much fast we kill stuff. But again, then we do it on the auto attack as well. Nice. Can look for a fight on top lane, but right now you don't really want to die. So you just want to play team fights very safe. I'm not a fan of this play either. So we end up dying here. So I think it's fine, like this Corphish killing it like this. I don't think you had to use your Night Slash this early. Like you would have still Night Slash someone. You could have actually killed this target, right? Night Slash actually has quite the long reactivation time. You can see the timer right here on the bottom right? You see the blue thing timing out. And you actually have so much time. Right now you still have half of the duration up. So you could have easily walked here and Night Slash probably this guy. And instead we just engage with Sucker Punch again. We Sucker Punch, engage, and yes, we're lucky that we got Shadow Balled, but yeah. Now we don't have Sucker Punch for the actual thing that kills us, and we die to the enemy Egg Slash. So, yeah. But again, it's hard to get used to, of course, like in the end, rolling over your controller also works. But we really need better Sucker Punch timing. We really have to understand how the character works and against what we should use it, and how we should use it. And besides that, it's totally fine. Something you have to get used to. Right now, we just don't really go for 15. I wouldn't. Actually, we could go for 15. There's Botodino spawning. But I think the Rotom is for sure higher priority now. We want to be at this Rotom, but we also don't want to be too aggressive. But this is a Rotom we want to kind of go for. It is someone that walks towards the enemy base, and they have an open base, right, during Zapdos, so... Again. Okay, Dinah, we see a trend, right? Again, this person just started playing Absol, so... Totally fine to do these mistakes. That's what I'm here for. Making you realize that these mistakes are, you know, are mistakes and should not be done. This Night Slash as well, like, it just does absolutely nothing, right? Here, we don't get attacked. It didn't even do damage because of the White Guard. So we could instead just Night Slash in first and then do something, right? So, yeah. Now Zapdos is spawning. Going for this Corphish is not a good idea. You should just be in positioning already. Like, either you're up here and... So right now, we have Rotom walking towards space, right? So I would be in this position right here. So in case, you can either be in this L brush up here, like in this brush right here, you know, next to the Ninetales. Or we could be hovering this side, and if Rotom goes in, we can actually score on their base, right? Or we actually go down here and just look for vision. But now we shouldn't waste time on like a Corphish. This Corphish really doesn't do anything. We are so far away from level 15. We should just be either trapping them, or again looking for a player up here. If you see one person defending the Rotom as well, you can actually go and fight the person, right? With Rotom. Rotom is super strong. But right now, I think you should just look for an engage. We see two people here. But you also can't engage first, right? Ninetales is very bad at engaging first. You can't need your team to do something first. See how we play, Ninetales goes in. Like, wait, this jump in could be quite risky. Let's see if it works out. We go into a Unite move, we actually hit a good amount of targets there. Night Slash the Hooper. Sucker Punch, and we actually team up the enemy team. Here, actually, the enemy Venusaur died to Rotom on top side. So, was fine. Like, your team understood you have to engage right now. The problem is that, like, Gwyn just stay here. Venusaur's here, and they have Hoopa, right? They could have actually potted in. So even though it worked out, like, there's something also people have to understand. Just because something works out doesn't mean it was necessarily the right play, right? Also, again, I don't think eject fully he did anything this game. I would really commend going eject button. Personally. Also go to Unite move, thought we hit multiple targets, the Blissey dies. I don't even know whether the egg is slashed. I just died under here. Went to Unite move. Right now, but also here in this scenario, like after we get this kill, your main target is the enemy Granger, right? He's the one that can win the game, this guy right here. So after Unite move is done, we shouldn't go for Hoopa. We should be walking towards this person. We have Sucker Punch up. So after Unite is gone, we could have Sucker Punched him and probably just finished him off. Of course, he gets killed in the end as well, but that guy is a much higher priority than the Hoopa, right? The Hoopa is full HP. Absol actually has a really hard time killing Hoopa Unbound. Hoopa Unbound is super tanky, so instead, right here, we should have went for the priority target, which is the Greninja. And if the Greninja is dead, the Hoopa is going to die as well. Like, Hoopa can't do anything, right, if their main targets are dead still, so. But in the end, we win this game. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And again, I will post these every 3 or 4 days as much as I can. Keep sending the replays in. Watch the first video to understand the first video of this playlist, to understand how to send things in. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. See you in the next video. Bye.